Hello, everybody. You're watching another episode of Winston Walks, or as I also like to call it, Walking with Winston. Today, we are here. This is the TSX, the new TSX, I guess where they house the computers because it's all digitally traded. Right now, we are basically in the financial district. As you can see here, tons of construction. It's ridiculous. And it's mid-afternoon. So this is Richmond Adelaide Center. That's it. So that's where we are. I think these folks are having either a fire drill or something's going on. But I thought I'd take a walk here with you folks this afternoon, kind of to show you more of the business slash downtown core. And we'll take a walk here. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. It's the afternoon. Nights are getting colder. As you can see to the right here, the traffic has just been shut to a stop here. It's only one lane. So if you live down here, just be wary of it. Folks are still working. Here's the First Canadian Place, Bank of Montreal Tower. Here, this is Sheppard. We're going towards Bay. Sheppard and Adelaide here. Like I mentioned, tons of construction. Even this building is going up. Okay, so we're coming to Adelaide and Bay here. Another bit of busy intersection. So let's actually go up Bay. And then we're going to pass through City Hall as well. And we'll just see kind of what's going on in the city today. I want to thank everybody who's been really kind in subscribing to my channel recently. I appreciate it. I take walks, and it's cool to have people who like to watch that with me and stuff. So it's just very nice. I just want to say thank you very much. Yeah, these poor folks here. It's two-way Bay right now, but it's so tough going down that core. Like down there is just tough, you know. So okay, we're passing Temperance Street. It's pretty clean there, so let's keep going. It's interesting, we've got a WeWork building here, but recently those folks are having some very serious financial difficulties. So that's probably going to contribute to the commercial real estate issues here. Highs right here, the steakhouse, good steak, really good steak. Pricey, but it's really good. And then we got Hudson's Bay, the bay. This building here. And we're coming up to Richmond. So Richmond and Bay. So we're going to be hitting Queen Street next. Those are the old courthouses right there. See with the big clock tower. To the right there is the Eden Center. We're not going in today. I've got other videos covering Eden Center. We're actually going to keep walking up on Bay. We'll pass City Hall. Now, when I take advantage of these nicer days, as it is getting colder now at night, so I'll see how I'll handle that when it comes. But I mean, sometimes it'll get cold enough here where my phone will freeze and shut down. So I don't know in terms of when it gets that cold and the snow hits. I'll try to do walks, but they won't obviously be as long. I'll have to call it Winston freezes or something, but I'll still do them though. I'm gonna try. So anyways, now we're coming up to Queen. So again, Hudson's Bay. As we try to work their way in there. See how long that lasts. Not sure if WeWork Canada maybe would be a separate operating entity, or how that's going to work. So here are the old courts. They're not functioning anymore. They've moved them. I do remember when I was a kid, I used to, our school used to take us down here, and we would go actually in there, and we'd actually sit and learn. We actually saw cases and stuff, so that was really cool. Then there's City Hall. So this is Queen Street right now going along. I'm gonna try to negotiate myself here. It's just across here, a ton of traffic, so I don't want to get hit. Sorry if it's a little more bouncier. I just want to get through the traffic there. So we're going to cross here. We're going to go to City Hall. That is Queen Street down there. Oh, there you go. In one of my other videos, I wasn't sure what was going on. It was a Mexican flag that they're waving, and apparently last week was Mexican Day, so that's what it was. So here we are. This is City Hall. There's a Toronto sign. It's a nice day today. The nights are getting really cold though, so. Oh, looks like something this weekend is they're getting it off and getting it prepared. So that should be exciting for folks. Well, I believe I know what's weekend. It's a Nuit Blanche. That's what it is. It's like an all-night art festival, and I'm actually gonna try to do one of those. You're probably gonna see this after I post the other one because the Nuit Blanche when I want to get it up more in a more timely fashion. See, there's the Eaton Center right over there. There's a kid chasing a bird. It's less sunny here. It's kind of nice. As you can tell, this part of Bay Street is a lot calmer. On the weekends, obviously, for tourism, etc., it is busier. And then versus down in the financial district, it's pretty much dead on the weekend. It's nice and quiet. The Marriott. Folks who visit Toronto may end up staying here. The rooms are pricey, but it is extremely central. Now this is Hagerman, small street. So it looks like we're good here to cross. And then we're going to be walking straight up, and we should be hitting Dundas Street, and it'll get a lot busier. So you've got Ryerson / TMU, Canadian Tire, Best Buy to my right, the building's there. And then just the regular flow of traffic coming up and down from Bay Street. Some's gonna be turning on to Dundas. Dundas is a pretty, this intersection's busy in general, but obviously, we've got some key turning points here. here to our left, we got some more condos, some cafes. Across there's the atrium as well. I saw some signs showing up. They're going to do some type of work on it. I'm not sure if they're going to try to convert that into high-rise condos. No, this is office buildings right now. And who knows in terms of the environment, because we have so many high-rises going up right now. With the amount of condos, like actual condos that are starting to get listed for sale. That number is starting to go up now. Okay, so we're going to cross here. And then we're going to actually cross. Actually, we're going to cross right here, and I'm going to walk you up on Bay. So we'll be heading up north on Bay from Dundas, and just keep going from there. Now, right now, in terms of the banks are now, I guess, being forced by the regulators to have people whose mortgages that come up for renewal, they cannot make the payment on a 25-year term amortization. Then they're going to tell them to sell, as opposed to previously they were extending them out to some crazy numbers. So that wasn't going to work long term. So here we go, we're crossing. And what that's going to do is going to start putting supply onto the market, because, you know, supposedly there was this shortage, this great shortage, but also with higher rates right now. And whether, you know, it's can be argued if you need to keep raising them or if you can actually leave them at current levels, that's actually going to choke out a lot of demand. So people used to be able to qualify for these huge mortgages are not going to be able to do anymore. So that's going to, number one, reduce the demand of actual mortgage money available to buy these condos or even the houses around the city. And then number two, you've got these sales coming on board, right? So people are going to have to start selling. And then number three, you still have this tremendous amount of building. There is so much building going on right now. And if you do look at some of my other videos, you'll see there's a ton of, as I walk around the city, there's a ton of building going on right now. Sorry, I just crossed the street here. Still walking up Bay. Because the affordability crisis here, unfortunately, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think it's set up where, unfortunately someone is going to have to get hurt. And usually that is the little person, right? I hate to say it. The 9-to-5er that just works hard. So it's the whales will not, right? I think that's where, that's the sad part of it all. That's why I have an economics background, so that's why I have a stronger opinion about why they shouldn't have done what they did. Because it put everybody in a position, well, a lot of people, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people in a position where they thought they were comfortable and then they weren't, right? So that's going to force them to, possibly buy an asset at an inflated price and then sell it at a deflated price because they just can't afford the financing payments anymore. So anyways, we're at Elm right now. Here's a sushi restaurant, Kaka Sushi, as they call it. Interesting name, but it's an all-you-can-eat sushi place too. Ooh, it's a nice day. Folks are finishing school, finishing work. Going for that walk. I think these are one of the international schools, and a lot of controversy going on with these because they charge a lot to people, but I don't know how much value they're bringing them. And also the students that come over here, I think they tell them they're guaranteed a job or a living place, and when they get here they just kind of dump them. So that is not cool, because it is definitely I mean, you can get a job here. It's just what kind of job are you getting, right? How much is it going to pay? What's the return based on what you pay to get over here? So there's some other great YouTubers as well. I've done some videos on the topic as well, so you want to check on that. They come into more detail and more in-depth detail, but I'd highly recommend, before you come to Canada for some of these courses, then to do your research. Hey, even watch some of my videos to see the environment that you're in, because I do more of like the on the street, I guess, boots in the ground. This is Gerard right here, type of video. I just walk, like I mentioned before. I need to walk, so I figured why not take you folks along with the walk with me, which I appreciate you watching. So here we're just past Gerard. Here's tons of high rises. Look at that traffic. We're in rush hour. It's a great soft serve ice cream place. That's interesting. They built up these things on the top here so people can sit now. I guess be guarded from the rain. That's cool. It's a great idea. So these balconies are better. A lot of feedback on the short I did about those balconies on I think it was Church Street. They were building out. They're really, really tiny, but these ones are bigger. So here, we've got tons of high rises here. There's a little park area. I know, don't laugh out there if you know, you're from a much greener part of the world, whether it be in Canada or North America or outside. But yeah, we don't have as much green anymore as we used to. We do have parks, but I want to take you to some of the parks here. But here we've got just got a nice local place to sit, which is, I think, something I'm gonna do. And there's an area for either rollerblading or skating, depending on what time of the year it is. There's a dog there, dog park. He's just chilling out. Let's see here. see a lot of people come here. These are a lot of office buildings too, as well as residential, and they come here to just relax and chill out. Yeah, there's an empty seat. I'm gonna take a seat here and just have a little bit of a talk, a little break, etc. Oh, hopefully you like that. That's a nice little bit of water there for you. But yeah. So there's been obviously a lot of talk in terms of Toronto, especially. I know probably Vancouver's probably experiencing the same thing where the city has changed. Like I mentioned, I was born and raised in Toronto, so I've been coming downtown for forever, frankly, in terms of my timeline, because technically I was born here. But it has gotten more, I will say, it has gotten more dangerous. Things are much more expensive. I think for people, it's tougher. Like I see, definitely people, it's harder. You're definitely working more and getting less. The price of food is higher now. Gas obviously is a lot higher here. To rent, it is crazy right now. Also relative to what you're gonna earn. Like down here, majority of the jobs, there are government, but also financial services is a big thing here. So we're talking like, I like to mention the big six Canadian banks, investment companies, insurance companies. The thing is the problem is that you're actually being tied to the mortgage market, the commercial real estate market, which hasn't done well recently, and I know there's hiring freezes on the major banks. Who knows when things will get better, or if they get a lot worse, because there are talk of layoffs. So if people are losing their jobs, when you think about it, right, and they have these big mortgages, to live down here, that's a recipe for disaster, right? So in Canada, I know in the U.S., so a la like 2008, where people, you can take your mortgages on, you can go to the bank and throw the key, and that doesn't follow you. Here it does. You can't just get rid of the house, tell the bank, I'm done with it, I'm not paying you. It's not the case, right? So it follows you around. I don't know how they're going to fix that problem, because in Canada right now we've got a record level amount of debt outstanding. It's actually quite scary. And like I mentioned, in terms of the economy here, we're talking about financial services being a big driver, and it's not doing so well. Tons of realtors, etc., right? Commercial real estate's a disaster too. So again, that's linked to the banks. And you gotta keep in mind too, we have only 6 large major banks in Canada. We have credit unions, etc., but our big, our big, in the U.S. they have way more banks, and they talk about worrying about a financial concentration. If you think about it, in Canada we only have 6. So if one goes down, that's a lot of jobs. Like that is and then the cross currencies between the two, who's holding whose bonds, who's helping who finance, that has not come to fruition, right? So and also with the insurance companies, they play a major role here. Manulife, Sun Life are the 2 majors. So that's just something to think about. But anyways, I didn't want to go too long on that. But I know there's been recent talk about moving to Canada Canada and Toronto, and how it's changed and whether it's worth it. So I mean, like I said, it is expensive. It is it's still a beautiful city. Like I said, I like it. I just don't know if I had to restart here, if it would be the place I go to, or I would maybe try somewhere else. But that is from my perspective. But Anyways, I wanted to thank you folks for listening to me babble. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to put in that comment section. My name is Winston. I like taking walks. I'm based in Toronto. I thank you again if you watch this for either possible tourism, you live down here locally and just want to know things, if you've just moved here, or just for enjoyment. I really appreciate it. But thank you very much again. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next walk. Bye-bye.